that Toby Keith song, I Ain't As Good As I Once Was. I'm feeling that today. Worked with the young folks in the hayfield yesterday afternoon. Don't typically work on Sundays, but we had to get the hay in, so worked with the young folks, and I ain't as good as I once was. Maybe I was getting a little more used to it as the day went on yesterday, but this morning I just felt every bit of it. Any of y'all relate to that? Now we gotta go get the millstone and the hay. And man, where's this year went? This year has just sped right past us. It's already the end of August. Some people may say the middle, but once we start putting twos on the numbers, I think we're in the end of August. So, Missy's birthday this week, the end of August. Feel like I've been hit by a truck, and before you know it's going to be Christmas. Well, me and them ladies made it to Pappin's house. We made it to Pappin's house. We made it to Pappy's house. Hey. We made it to Pappy's house, Millers. Gonna be a girls' day today. Pappy and them girls. We got Grandma and Aunt Mama out here, but do they really count? Nah. Pappy and them girls, huh? Well, still not feeling too swell. Muscles are hurting and body's aching, and we took a nap, and we took a couple naps. Well, I didn't take a nap. Miss Millie took a couple naps, and we decided we take some slop to the pigs before her mommy comes to pick her up. But we've had a pretty good day, haven't we, Mills? Been a real good day. I just, man, I'm just feeling every part of it today. It's just all over me. We need to move the cows. We're gonna inspect that grass, probably see what that's like, but I'm just hurting today. I'm out of shape. Need to get moving. I think I move a little, but wasn't enough for slinging hay with the boys. So, me and Mills will go up here and slop the pigs a little bit, check our grass before her mommy comes, and try to be on purpose. That's what we've been talking about. Being on purpose. Being on purpose with our relationship with God. Being on purpose with our bodies. Because when they hurt, well, we probably haven't used them enough or correctly or all of the above. Not feeding them right. So, I think I need to be on purpose with my activity. What do you think, Mills? Need to be on purpose? Let's be on purpose. Mills and Pat, be on purpose with our exercise and our diet and our animals. What a glorious summer we've had. There's the pigs for today. They want to get out on some grass, so we can't really trust them with the door open. Come over here, dump out some slop. It wasn't the greatest camera footage of all time, but we got some fruits and vegetables and leftovers. What do you think about those pigs, Mills? What do you think about those pigs? It was a little hard to manage the camera and the baby and the bucket and the pigs and the door, but we got it. They get a grain situation too, but they like these table scraps and these fruits and vegetables we bring them. So the problem with Porch Puppy is that she thinks she's Dottie's dog. So it's a little difficult to get away from Dottie. So we're going to have to have a little attitude adjustment going on there. Now she's going to be down there and pick on the chickens. She's down there laying outside the chicken coop, or chicken tractor pen. She wouldn't come to me, but I'm going to lay there in the shade by the chickens, and then as soon as I come down, she's like, I'm going to chase these chickens in a circle for a little bit. Old Pap didn't put his bandana on, Mills, so I'm a little sweaty. Let's take a look at this grass. I'll flip the camera here in a second. I'm not going to go over the juice. I don't have the juice turned off, and I'm not going to go over there with Miss Millie taking a ride, but we'll flip the camera around and show you where they've been for about 24 hours. And yeah, they could go longer, but I'm not going to let them go longer because I want some of that. I want some of that organic matter. I want some of that biomass to stay there. So when they come back, well, we still got about 60 days probably of growing. So that's going to grow some more, grow back. And instead of clipping it down to the ground like we do some of these other areas, let's flip the camera. So it's been quite a while since they've been on that section there. And we got that, we sort of intentionally grazed that down low. That's a poorer stuff. We're hoping to, cause some activity there that's desirable, especially over there in those mossy areas over there. We intentionally overgrazed that. Would have been nice to get the chickens or the pigs over there, but we didn't. But that's going to have a more difficult time, that we didn't leave anything for it to come back. So that's going to have a more difficult time coming back. So we'll come back in a couple months and report on what actually grew back. Now this, you can see there's a lot more biomass there. There's not a lot more blade to that. If I could get over there closer, I'd show you. Of course, they're laying on it. They're mashing it down. That's okay. They're going to eat what they need. They're not eating right now, so they're not hungry. They're satisfied. Well, Maybelline's just over there chewing. But they'll eat a little more of that before we move them this evening. But we'll move them into a section that's probably equal to that, and we'll just leave it. Just let that go. We'll have all that still remaining, and we'll come back in 60 days or so, however long it takes us to cycle back to here, and all that's going to be there, and that's going to provide some opportunity for it to collect the sun and the rain and shade out some of the lower stuff and insulate some of the lower stuff when we do get that colder weather. So you just keep track, just stay with us. We're going to show you what happens here. You see where they are there, mashed, eaten, and everything else. Kind of drop their patties on that section there, and they'll come up here. Cover girl, she always goes a little bit ahead, but they'll come up here into this stuff that's nice and thick and all the way down through. This was a really good pasture. It's had chickens on it before, so you can see how that nitrogen helped it out. So they'll have a day in here. We got 7 adults, and Bia, she's a year old, a little over a year old, and Cover Girl, she's just a few months old. They'll get just that small of a section. We could even go smaller than that. If we were clipping it down all the way, we could probably cut that in half for a day and make them clip it to the ground, but that's not what we're trying to do right now. We want them to leave some of that behind, and we don't need to brush hog here, and I'd rather just leave it stand. Instead of cutting it down. Just let the cows do the work. Let this all stand. When we come back to it, they'll take care of it later, providing we don't get a 2-foot snow that lasts till March, starting in November. So, been quite the day, Mills. Hey, she was in there taking a nap. Your mommy's about to come anytime now. we got to stretch our legs a little bit and feel the aches of our bones and muscles. Well, Aunt Matt, she's got to go to school, to class later. Oh, and Aunt BB, she's coming home from band practice. We still got a lot to do this afternoon. We may have to check back in later. We'll see.